Here we are, guys, in part 3 of this story. What if Naruto was being trained by Madara and Hashirama? Please remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Now, let's begin. 1 month after the Bell Test Team 7 had been complete a lot of D-rank missions, and today was no exception. Okay fellas, what's your 20 in relationship to the target? Kakashi said into his transceiver. My team of clones and I are about 4.8 meters away from target and we're ready to rock on your signal. Naruto said. While I don't need clones for just about everything I do, I'm about 4.81 meters and also ready, said Sasuke. Distance I roughly estimate about same as Naruto, and I also have a visual via my Byakugan and I'm ready to go, Hinata said with her Byakugan active. Okay. Kakashi says, pausing for a couple seconds now. As they heard Kakashi's command, they all jumped the target. Sasuke grabs Tora first as Tora tries to thrash his way to freedom by way of a leap. Before thrashing, he proves to be a match for Sasuke, but as skilled as Sasuke is, it takes both Naruto and him to overpower and subdue Tora, but not before Tora had successfully torn up both Naruto and Sasuke's faces as well as Naruto's clones. Confirmed ribbon of right ear. Kakashi says on their transponders. We have a confirmed ID Tora in custody. Sasuke says I can vouch for him sensei. Hinata says. Okay then, mission accomplished, capture lost pet. Kakashi says into the trance receiver. A couple seconds of silence followed before Naruto and Sasuke scream in pain from as the cat tries to scratch their eyes out, again. Not even Madara was this furious that one time Gyuki peeked at her while she was in her human form taking a bath. Kurama says as he heals Naruto's cat scratches. Is this cat possessed or something? Hashirama wonders. That's a good question. Madara says. I hate this goddamn cat. Naruto and Sasuke scream simultaneously. Hinata and Kakashi start laughing as they carry Tora towards the Hokage tower. When they arrive, the fire daimyo's wife was standing there. Oh my sweet Tora, mommy missed you. The fire daimyo's wife starts hugging the cat to death. Sasuke and Naruto crack twin evil smiles while Hinata takes pity on the cat, but despite their feelings towards the cat, the three of them were thinking the same thing. No wonder the cat runs away all the time. Alright Team 7, congratulations on another successful drank mission. Your next missions is, babysitting Yoji-sama's boy, grocery shopping at the neighboring town, finally helping dig up potatoes at a nearby farm. Sarutobi says. Naruto steps forward. Hokage-sama, with all due respect, I am sick and tired of these D-ranked missions. I would like to formally request a more exciting mission. Besides, you could be having the academy students doing these missions and that would help with team bonding experiences. That's not a bad idea, Naruto. Sarutobi responds, scratching his chin. We wouldn't have to pay them as much and it would keep these stupid D ranks from piling up. There's some truth to that. Sasuke thinks. Plus I'm sure Naruto, Hinata and I can handle it. Amen Naruto-kun. Hinata thinks. I knew he was going to do this sooner or later. Kakashi thinks, sighing. Iruka stands up and says. Idiot. You're still a fresh graduate. Everyone needs to start with the easy missions to gain experience. Under normal circumstances I would agree with you, Iruka-sensei, but at some point every ninja needs to learn how to properly assess and survey a situation in order to protect the client during a mission. I think I speak for all of us when I say we can handle a C-rank mission. Well, that is true, Naruto. If your Jounin-sensei thinks you are ready, then go ahead. What do you think, Kakashi? I think my team is ready. Hell, I'm willing to bet a week of salary that they could handle a B-rank mission. Kakashi says. After all, they handled me in an almost full-out battle. Alright then, in that case I am assigning you a C-rank mission. Bring in the client. An old man walks in with a bottle of sake in his hand. These little brats are supposed to protect me. I asked for ninjas, not snot-nosed brats. Just then a kunai whizzes past Tazanazir and embeds itself in the wall next to him. Sorry, my hand slipped. Naruto replies coldly. Naruto, we shouldn't threaten our clients, it's bad for business. Kakashi says. Anyway, we leave the village in 2 hours. Kakashi shines off to his house. Naruto, Hinata and Sasuke leave and each start heading towards home when an idea strikes Naruto and he turns to Sasuke and Hinata. I want to teach you guys a form of silent communication. Naruto says. What? Sasuke asks, confused. Anbu hand signs. Anbu hand signs? Hinata asks in confusion. The Anbu Black Ops use them for silent communication when in enemy territory. When did you learn them? Sasuke asks. From Nico-san. She taught me them when I was bored one day and popped in for a visit to Gigi, but he was busy, so Nico taught me Anbu hand signs because I was threatening to burn down training ground 22 again. How long did it take you learn it? Sasuke asks. About 3 hours. But we only have 2. Hinata says. That's why I am going to teach you a jutsu that will half the time. What's it called? Sasuke asks. The Shadow Clone Jutsu. Isn't that a B-ranked forbidden jutsu? Yes, because it takes a lot of chakra, but I am sure that you can both make 1 clone each. Alright Naruto-kun, if you're sure we can do, then we will give it a shot. Just show us the hand signs. Hinata says. Naruto nods and bring his hands together in the cross seal while Hinata and Sasuke watch with their separate dojutsu active. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto says, and 40 shadow clones appear next to Naruto in a poof of smoke. Sasuke and Hinata look in surprise at what their eyes tell them. Naruto, you dispersed your chakra into 40 equal parts. Sasuke looks in shock. That's why this jutsu is a forbidden one, because without the right levels of reserves you can die from chakra depletion. As such, you need to have high reserves to properly work this jutsu. Right Naruto-kun? Hinata smiles and brings her hands together in the cross seal that Naruto used and said. Shadow Clone Jutsu. 1 clone appears next to Hinata in a poof of smoke. Sasuke reforms the same hand sign. Shadow Clone Jutsu. A poof of smoke appears next to Sasuke and his own shadow clone appears next to him. Naruto looks at 2 of his clones. Go to the Hyuga and Uchiha compound and gather our things and come back to me when you're done. Naruto says. The 2 clones nod and head off towards the compounds. Naruto turns to his friends and sits them down and starts working with them on learning Anbu hand signs. Sasuke and Hinata had mastered the Anbu hand signs. Then the clones arrive with their gear. Then the 3 of them walk off toward the front gate and stand there with the client. After about half an hour, Kakashi arrives and smiles at his team. Alright, are we all ready to go? Kakashi asks. Yay Kakashi-sensei. Hinata says. Same here. Sasuke says. Ready when you are, Kakashi-sensei. Naruto responds gleefully. Alright then, Team 7 first C rank mission is a go. Kakashi holds out his thumb. His up, and the 5 of them walk out of the village and start heading towards the land of waves. After about half an hour of walking, Naruto and Sasuke have gotten bored and started playing a game of Dojutsu Spy, where they would use their Dojutsu to spot objects at far distances and would give vague hints as to what it was, and the other would have to guess what it was. So far Naruto was winning, but that was because he had a great imagination while Sasuke didn't. So Tazuna-san, why did you hire us? Doesn't the land of waves have its own ninja? Hinata asks. No, there are no ninja in the land of waves. Kakashi says. But in other countries there are hidden villages with their own cultures and customs where ninja reside. To the people of this continent, the existence of ninja villages means strength, military strength. In other words, that's how they protect themselves and maintain the balance of power with neighboring countries. The ninja villages aren't owned by any government, they are run independently, owned and hold equal status. Now a small island like the Land of Waves has natural protection from the sea, so there is no need for a ninja village. The 5 ancient lands that possess shinobi villages are the lands of fire, water, lightning, wind and earth. They each occupy vast expanses of territory. Together they are known as the 5 great shinobi nations. The land of fire has the village hidden in the leaves, the land of water the village hidden in the mist, the land of lighting the village hidden in the clouds, the land of wind the village hidden in the sand, and the land of earth the village hidden in the stones. Only the leaders of these 5 villages are permitted the title Kage, which means shadow, Hokage, Mizukage, Raikage, Kazekage, Tsuchikage. These are the leaders, the 5 shadows that reign over thousands of shinobi. Then Lord Hokage must be really important. Hinata says. Is that old man really all that great? I mean, I'm sure Itachi could beat him easy. Sasuke says, hating to admit that his brother was strong. I got him with my sexy jutsu, but then again he held off the 9 tails for some time, so he has some redeeming qualities. Shame on you, Naruto, you have my locked up in your head and you doubt the power of a cage. Hashirama responds like a father scolding his child. You're different, Hashirama-sensei, I bet I would never get you with that sexy jutsu. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Madara says, laughing slightly. I mean, he is no pervert, but you use that jutsu with his wife and he will sure as hell get a nosebleed. And you're innocent, Madara. Kurama says, shut up, Kurama. Madara roars. Hey, you both just doubted Lord Hokage, didn't you? Kakashi says accusingly. Not really. Sasuke says. He is no Hashirama, but Sarutobi is important, so I guess I will stop holding my expectations so high. Naruto says, looking at Kakashi with "are we there yet" sort of look. Look Naruto, I know you want some action, but this is a C-rank mission, we aren't going to run into any enemy ninja, so just relax. Kakashi says, eyes smiling. After a few minutes of walking, Naruto's eyes narrow slightly and he looks at Hinata and Sasuke and starts forming the hand motions they learned. Kakashi notices what Naruto is doing and his eyes widen in shock. Anbu hand signals, so what's Naruto saying? Kakashi thinks, then watches Naruto's hand movements and deciphers what Naruto is saying to his team. Genjutsu, 2 ninja, Chunin level. Naruto's hand movements dictate. Target? Sasuke responds, sensei? Hinata suggests. No, too weak, client. Naruto responds, possible. What do we do? Hinata, guard the client. Sasuke, you and I will attack if they make themselves known. Why do I have to guard the client? Hinata slumped her shoulders to signify her unhappiness. I can fight. Exactly. What? Hinata looks confused. Going toe-to-toe with a Hyuga is suicide, so you defend the client, so if they are after him you can take them out. Alright. Hinata nods, then positions herself by Tazuna, and Naruto and Sasuke look at one another as they walk past the puddle in silence, not even acknowledging its presence. When they were 5 feet away, 2 figures emerged from the puddle and rocketed towards Kakashi and wrapped the combined claw chain around him. What? Kakashi's eye widens in shock, and then the men pull on the chain and rip Kakashi apart. Naruto charges in, drawing his gun by, and slams it into the first brother, then pulls out a shuriken and throws it in the center of the chain. Then Sasuke throws a kunai when Naruto's shuriken had pinned the 2 mist ninja to the tree. Naruto weaves hand signs and slams his hands together. Wood-style binding tree. A tree springs up and locks the brothers together by the chain. Nice try. The older says, then they detach the chain and the younger runs at Tazuna. Then Hinata jumps in front of Tazuna. You have made a huge mistake. Hinata says, and then she activates her Byakugan. 8 trigrams, 64 bombs. Hinata rushes in and strikes. 8 trigrams, 2 bombs. 4 bombs. 8 bombs. 16 bombs. 32 bombs. 64 bombs. Hinata strikes Mizu, Byakugan ablaze. Brother! Gozu shouts as Mizu goes flying, coughing up blood. You shouldn't have dropped your guard around us. Naruto and Sasuke say, smiling, and then they kick Gozu towards the tree, but unfortunately Naruto and Sasuke's combined power kill Gozu when he connects with the tree. Kakashi jumps down from the tree and Ai smiles. Yo! How the hell are you still alive? Tazuna asks. What, you've never seen a substitution before? Hinata asks, pointing to the pile of logs where Kakashi died. Why did you let your students take care of the ninja if you were alive? Because I needed to confirm who their target was. Kakashi turns to his students. Nice work, you 3, you really know how to work together. Naruto, Sasuke, next time you kick someone please take care not to kill them. Hinata, nice work disabling one of them for interrogation. Hinata blushes at the praise. Alright Naruto, mind finding out what these guys were after? Yes sir. Naruto walks over to where Mizu was lying in pain. No matter what you do, you won't get me to spill. Mizu says, glaring at Naruto. Oh, I think you will. Naruto smiles. Because I'm not going to give you choice. Naruto places his hand on Mizu's head. Human path. Naruto lifts his hand and out pops Mizu's soul and Naruto absorbs it. An exchange from Mizu's memories surfaced in Naruto's mind. Naruto sees a group of people, one of them is without a shirt and a long sword and puffy pajama pants. A medium-sized girl with a hunter mask at his waist, and then a small man with 2 samurai guards. Then the small man says. Alright then, it's agreed, the 4 of you will kill Tazuna and in exchange I will pay you 22 million Ryo. Alright Gato, you got yourself a deal. The man in the puffy pajama pants says. Then Gato walks out of the room and his guards follow him. Zabuza-sama, who will we send to kill him? The girl asks Haku. Let's send the demon brothers, I am sure they can handle whatever puny ninja the leaf will send, as Gato has bleed this country dry. They could only pay for a C rank as most. Zabuza says. Yes Zabuza-sama. Mizu and Guzo responded. End flashback. Well, that settles it, this is now an A rank mission. Naruto says. What makes you say that? Kakashi asks. I'd so because we'll be up against Zabuza Mochi. Fuck. Sasuke, Hinata, Kakashi shout simultaneously. Can someone please explain what the big deal is? Tazuna. Zabuza Mochi is an A-rank missing ninja who is a master of the silent killing technique. Naruto says that is a problem. Anyway, let's get going. Kakashi says. Failed. What do you mean they failed? Gato shouted at Zabuza. Stop whining. This time I will go personally and this sword will be the last thing he sees. Zabuza swings his sword and holds just in front of Gato's throat. You sure about that? Apparently the old man hired some protection and they have a high-ranking ninja with him. Since your first attempt failed, they will be watching. It will take someone with very advanced skills. Who do you think you're dealing with? I am Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the hidden mist. Naruto, Hinata, Sasuke, Kakashi and Tazuna are all sitting on a boat while one of the villages from the Land of Waves. Naruto is sitting in a position with his back turned to his teammates and is simply sitting there. Hinata and Sasuke are playing Dojutsu Spy again. Kakashi is keeping score and Tazuna is drinking. After Hinata thoroughly trumps Sasuke in Dojutsu Spy, Sasuke gets up and walks over to Naruto and places a hand on his shoulder. When Sasuke's hand makes contact with Naruto's shoulder, Sasuke feels an incredible energy flow through both him and Naruto. After a second, Naruto turns around and smacks Sasuke with a small black rod and immediately the weird energy stops flowing through Sasuke. What the hell, Naruto? Sasuke whispers, angered by his blonde teammate's actions. I am sorry, Sasuke, but I don't think your mother would appreciate it if you turned into a wooden statue that couldn't be undone. Wooden statue? Sasuke looks confused. Yay, those who aren't used to nature chakra turn into wooden statues. Oh, then why are you using it? I am trying to harness its power and utilize it. Why are you trying to use this power? So I can fight the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki? Sasuke asks. Yes, the Akatsuki is an organization of S-ranked criminals that are after the Jinchuriki for some damn reason. S-ranked criminals, that's bad, right? Yay, last time I checked the bingo books your brother was an S-ranked missing nin. Sasuke's hand clench at the mention of his brother as he remembers the events of that fateful night. So you have basically a bunch of Itachis running after you. Yay, though they will have to capture me last. How can you be so sure? Sasuke looks confused. I hold the 9 tails. If they want all 9 bijou they must capture me last, or whatever they want to capture me and my brethren and will explode from the Kyuubi's power. Oh. Sasuke looks at Naruto as a thought strikes his head. Then they won't come for you for a long time. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Naruto looks around with his Rinnegan. What do you mean? I am not 100% sure just how many they have captured. For all I know they already have the other Jinchuriki. Just then Kakashi turns to Tazuna. Mr. Tazuna, before we reach the pier I need to ask you something. The men who are after you, I need to know why. If you don't tell us, I am afraid we will end this mission when we drop you ashore. I have no choice but to tell you. No, I want you to know the truth. Just like you said, this is beyond the scope of the mission. The man who wants my life is a short man but who casts a very long and deadly shadow. A deadly shadow? Who is it? Kakashi asked slightly with a slight eyebrow raise at the weird description. You know him, or I am sure you heard of him. He is one of the wealthiest men in the world. His name is Gato, the shipping magnate. Kakashi's eye widens. Gato, of Gato Transport? He is a millionaire, everyone knows him. Yes, Gato is a wealthy businessman, but there's a darker side. A darker side? With the same tactics he uses to take over businesses, he conquers nations by selling drugs and hiring missing nin to do his dirty work. Gato is a ruthless tyrant and anyone who stands against him just disappears. So the men who attacked us in the woods were under employ of Gato. Sasuke says, looking at his teammates. If you cancel the mission when we get ashore, they will assassinate me before I get home. Tazuna looks at Team 7. I won't blame you, but my 7-year-old grandson will probably cry and say, Granddad, where's my granddad? And my daughter will probably hate and curse all Konoha Shinobi for abandoning her father to die. Naruto sweat drops looking at Tazuna. Is this guy for real? Naruto asks himself. You're kidding me, right? Madara says as he smacks his forehead. You're telling me? Hashirama says as he sweat drops. Well, I guess we have no choice but to continue the mission. Kakashi says, shaking his head. After a few minutes, Naruto looks around, his eyes narrowed suspiciously. This mist is chakra-laced, it's faint but it's definitely there. Naruto thinks to himself. After 10 minutes the group of 6 arrive on the dock, and then the rower of the boat says. This is as far as I can take you, and even this was risky. You know how Gato reacts to people who get in his way. I understand, thanks for your help. Tazuna responds. Then the rower turns his motor back on and drives off. Alright, now I expect you to get me to my home in one piece. Alright team, let's go, but stay on guard. Next time they won't send some amateurs, most likely they will send Zabuza after us. Kakashi says. Right. Naruto, Sasuke, and Hinata nod. Hey Naruto. Hashirama says, gaining Naruto's attention. Yay, Hashirama-sensei? Naruto responds. Madara and I have been mulling over ideas on how to maintain your Sage mode because as you know you can't gather nature chakra while moving around and as such it can be impractical in combat. Yay, and what did you and Madara come up with? Well, Madara was telling me about how after our fight at the Valley of the End he attached himself to the ghetto statue to maintain his life after his body nearly gave out on him several times. Eventually we came to the conclusion that the rods from the statue could gather chakra so long as they were attached to either the statue or the natural chakra paths of the body. So that means if insert the rods along my chakra network I could continuously gather nature chakra even while fighting. Exactly, but for this to work the rods would need to be placed exactly on the same point as your chakra point and they would need to be placed on almost every point in your body except your face, as that is where only chakra required to keep your brain running is required. Alright, when should I do it? When you get the bridge builder to safety and you will need Hinata to help you. Instantly Naruto's face turns a beet red and avoids eye contact with his teammates and Tazuna. Are you sure? Yay, why? Hashirama responds slyly. Well, I am pretty sure Hiyashi would kill me if I did anything like that. Don't worry, just use a wood dome to hide from those who would watch. By the way, Naruto, Hashirama and I need to talk to you when you have a minute. Madara says. About what? Naruto asks. About what you saw a few weeks ago. Naruto shudders at the memory of what happened. Alright Madara-sensei. Hinata looks over Naruto to see his face a beet red and watches as his body shudders. I wonder what is wrong with Naruto-kun. Hinata thinks, concerned for him. After a few more minutes Naruto looks around as he senses a high chakra level on par with Kakashi's. So he is already here. Naruto thinks, drawing a kunai from his pouch. When Hinata, Kakashi and Sasuke notices this, they were all on high alert as they know of Naruto's abilities as a sensory ninja. Naruto hides his kunai against his leg and after a few more feet Naruto chucks the kunai at a rustle in a cluster of bushes. Kakashi reaches for his headband as Naruto goes towards where he threw the kunai in his hand on the side he has across his back in conjuncture with his gun. By false alarm, it's just a rabbit. Sorry Hinata-chan, I scared it, but the rabbit is still alive. Naruto rubs his head knowing Hinata's love for rabbits. The rest of the group keep their guard up as Naruto's sensory abilities are rarely wrong. Hinata walks over and holds the rabbit as she comforts the poor thing. Just then the coat of the rabbit catches his eye. This rabbit's coat is white, which means that it was raised indoors away from the light, which means its only purpose was to be a substitution. Just then a giant butcher's knife comes flying in from the tree line to the right of them. Get down! Kakashi shouts to his team and the four of them drop down while Sasuke grabs the client to protect him. The sword impales itself in the tree in front of Naruto and Hinata. Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the bloody mist. Naruto glares at the man in front of him. So a lonely genin knows my name. Zabuza says, bowing. I see that my illustrious reputation precedes me. Well, when you slaughter your entire graduating class and then try to assassinate I believe it was the 4th Mizukage that tends to get your name in the bingo book of every ninja village across the world, Naruto said with a pause, recalling the Mizukage aspect pertaining to Zabuza. If he is our opponent then I will need to use my Sharingan. Kakashi thinks, lifting his headband. Kakashi of the Sharingan, am I right? Zabuza asks. Now quick Magi formation, protect the bridge builder and stay out of this fight. Kakashi says. Kakashi then finishes lifting his headband, exposing a fully matured Sharingan. Hold on a minute, everyone keeps saying Sharingan, Sharingan, what is the Sharingan? Tazuna asks. Sharingan, a rare power, it resides in the eyes. The user of this visual jutsu can instantly see and comprehend any ninjutsu, daijutsu, and genjutsu and reflect the attack back on the attacker. The Sharingan is a special rare form of dojutsu, however there is a lot more to the Sharingan, a lot more. Sasuke says. You got it right, boy, but you only scratched the surface. The Sharingan can analyze an opponent's attack and copy it to the smallest detail. Zabuza says. Then Mist rolls in. As for you, Jounin, in the assassination unit of the Hidden Mist, we has a special order to destroy you on sight. Your profile was in our bingo book. It called you the man who copied over 1,000 jutsu. Kakashi, the copy ninja. Zabuza's eyes narrow. So he knows about the Sharingan, but what about the Rinnegan? Naruto thinks as he sizes Zabuza up. Enough talking, I have to exterminate the old man now. Then Team 7 enters a protective formation. So I have to eliminate you first, Kakashi? So be it. Zabuza grabs his blade and rips it from the tree and leaps onto the water. He is over there. Naruto says, pointing out their opponent. So he knows the water walking exercise too. He is building up a huge amount of chakra. Kakashi notes. Ninja art, hidden mist jutsu. Zabuza says then he vanishes. He vanished. Hinata says then Kakashi walks forward. Sensei. He will come after me first. Just who is Zabuza Momochi anyway? Sasuke asks Zabuza Momochi, ex-leader of the Mist's assassination squad and a master of the silent killing technique. Silent? Dazunai asks. As the name suggests, it happens in an instant without sound or any warning. It's so fast that you pass from this life before you even realize what has happened. The Sharingan can't fully neutralize it, so don't let down your guard. Well, if we fail we only lose our lives. Then we can't let our guard down for even a second. Naruto says, drawing his scythe. Then the mist gets a lot thicker. The mist is getting thicker and thicker. Sasuke says the land of waves is surrounded by ocean. The swirling mists are ever present. Tazuna says. Then the mist covers Kakashi. Sensei. Hinata says, fear evident in her voice. 8 points. Zabuza's voice calls out. Hinata gasps, what's that? Hinata asks. Larynx, spine, lungs, liver, jugular, subclavian artery, kidney, heart. Now what will be my kill point? Then Kakashi puts his hands together for the ram sign and unleashes a wave of chakra to disperse the mist. What intense thirst for blood. One shallow breath, one tiny movement of the eye is enough to bring on instant death. If it goes on like this I will go insane. The clash of two jounin with the intent to kill. I have never felt anything so chilling. It's as if my own life is being choked off. Sasuke thinks and starts bring his kunai to a point where he will slit his own throat. No, I can't bear it. I rather take my own life. Sasuke moves the kunai closer. Sasuke. Calm down. Kakashi's stern voice snaps him out of it. I will protect you with my life, all of you. I will not allow my comrades to die, trust me. I wouldn't be so sure. Zabuza's voice rings out again. Then in an instant Zabuza is behind all three of them. Kakashi spins around to see Zabuza standing there in the middle of their formation. Instantly Naruto springs into action and swings his gun by behind him, and it collides with Zabuza's Kubi Karabocho, blocking it from hurting his friends. Nice try Zabuza Momochi, but sneaking up on me won't be that easy. Naruto smiles, his Rinnegan flashing. You're pretty good with that gun, by kid. Where'd you get it? My sensei gave it to me. Naruto holds his hand out in front of Zabuza's chest. Almighty push. The ripple of gravity slams into Zabuza, sending him flying backwards and slams him into a tree where he bursts apart in a splash of water. Water clone. Sasuke says as he activates his Sharingan while Hinata activates her Byakugan. So you all have bloodline limits, but I'm curious what yours is, Blondie. I've never heard of a bloodline that can manipulate gravity. Zabuza says as he appears behind Team 7. All you need to know is Kakashi's Sharingan is child's play compared to my dojutsu. Naruto returns his scythe and gun by to his back and starts weaving hand signs. Wind style, great breakthrough. The gust of wind blasts back the mist and Kakashi takes advantage of Zabuza's condition to attack, stabbing a kunai into Zabuza's gut. Nice try Zabuza, but it's over. Kakashi says. Oh really? Zabuza asks as water pours out of the wound. Then Zabuza explodes into a burst of water. Then Zabuza appears behind Kakashi and slices him in half. Zabuza smirks under his mask, when the sliced body of Kakashi turns to water and Zabuza's eyes widen in shock. Even in the mist he was able to copy my jutsu. Kakashi appears behind Zabuza and holds a kunai to his throat. You're right, now it's over. Nice try. Zabuza dissolves into water again and reappears behind Kakashi. Now. Then kicks him into the water. Then Zabuza grabs his sword and runs after Kakashi, but then stops. Makabashi spikes. Trying to slow me down. Foolish. Then Zabuza jumps into the water. Sensei. Hinata shouts. I can't believe Sensei got kicked through the air like that. Sasuke thinks. His physical prowess is on par with mine. Naruto says. Then Kakashi re-emerges from the water. This water isn't normal, it's denser. Kakashi thinks. Then Zabuza appears behind him and sneers. Fool. Zabuza starts making hand signs, water prison jutsu. Shit. Kakashi yells. This prison is made of water, but it's stronger than steel. Escaping underwater was a bad mistake. Now I have you where I want you, however now I must eliminate your little friends. Zabuza makes a one-handed hand sign. Water clone jutsu. Sasuke, Hinata, Naruto, get the bridge builder out of here. He has put all his strength into keeping me here. The clone can't follow you that far. Not an option. Sasuke says that option went right out the window the moment you got captured, Sensei. Zabuza's clone smirks at the three genin before him. You dare to call yourself Shinobi, when you've hovered between life and death so many times that it doesn't faze you, you may be called Shinobi. When you've become so deadly that your profile has been entered into my bingo book, then you may have earned the title Shinobi. You want to see power? I will show you power. Naruto smirks, then turns to his friends. Hinata, Sasuke, stay out of this. Protect the bridge builder. I want to show this no-browed freak the legendary power of the Sage of the Six Paths. Naruto slams his hands together. Wood style, forest destruction. At Naruto's command, a huge forest springs to life, and in a matter of seconds the trees slam into Zabuza's clone, destroying it instantly. The real Zabuza's eyes widen at the sheer display of power Naruto had presented. That was the wood style of the first Hokage. How does this kid have that kind of power? You shouldn't underestimate Naruto, Zabuza. Kakashi smirks underneath his mask. I did that once and it nearly cost me my life. You may be soft, Kakashi, but I'm not. Zabuza makes another water clone and makes the clone maintain the water prison, then grabs his Kubi Karabocho and charging at Naruto, but doesn't see Naruto make the horse hand sign for his signature fire jutsu. Fire style, great fire annihilation. Naruto roars as the torrent of fire blasts through the trees and at Zabuza, whose eyes widen in shock as he jumps back to avoid the fire blast. The smoke from the burning trees clouds Zabuza's vision and hides Naruto from his sight. How is one kid this strong? Zabuza wonders, confused. However, Zabuza had no time to worry about Naruto's strength as said kid come charging full speed at Zabuza, a gun by in one hand and his scythe in the other. You're going down, Bane. Naruto shouts, leaping into the air, swinging down with his scythe, anticipating Zabuza to raise his Kubi Karabocho to block, but Zabuza dodges, a smirk on his face, and swings his Kubi Karabocho with the intent to cut Naruto in half. But Naruto spins in the air and uses the momentum to bring his gunbai down and deflected the sword with the end of his gunbai and goes in swing with the scythe again. Madara and Hashirama watch as Naruto's battle unfolds with Zabuza. Kind of reminds you of our battle, huh, Madara? Hashirama says, turning to his friend. Tell me about Naruto takes after both of us. Well, Madara responds, smirking at Naruto's relentlessness. But Naruto didn't summon me because he was scared that big bad Hashirama would mop the floor with him. Kurama snorting in a mocking tone. Do not take that tone with me, Kurama. Madara growls dangerously. Lighten up, Madara, I was just joking. Kurama says, lying down on his belly as his tail swish behind him as he continues to watch Naruto and Zabuza's fight. You're good, kid, really good. Zabuza grunts. The same could be said of you. Naruto swiftly dodges the sword slash and counters with his gunbai wind wall, blasting Zabuza backwards. Naruto takes the temporary lax in battle to form hand signs after he created a shadow clone. Combination fire and wind style, great dragon's breath. The two Narutos roar, channeling as much chakra as possible to their jutsu, blasting as much fire in order to destroy Zabuza entirely. The resulting blast of fire destroys water clone, freeing Kakashi in the process. Nice work, Naruto. Now stand back and let me finish this, but I promise you if Zabuza gets past me, you and your teammates finish him off. Kakashi says. Yes sir. Naruto leaps back to his teammates, and then Zabuza and Kakashi leap back and forming hand signs. Ushi, Saru, U, Ne, E, Tori, Ushi, Uma, Tori, Ne, Tora, Inu, Tora, Mi, Ushi, Hitsuji, Mi, E, Hitsuji, Ne. Zabuza recites as he forms each hand sign. Ushi, Saru, U, Ne, E, Tori, Ushi, Uma, Tori, Ne, Tora, Inu, Tora, Mi, Ushi, Hitsuji, Mi, E, Hitsuji, Ne. Kakashi follows along flawlessly. Jin, Saru, Tori, Tatsu, Tori, Ushi, Uma, Hitsuji, Tora, Mi, Ne, Saru, U, E, Tatsu, Hitsuji, Ne, Ushi, Saru, Tori, Jin, Ne, E, Torai. Kakashi and Zabuza finish simultaneously. Water style, water dragon jutsu. Instantly two dragons made of water rise up and coil around one another, cancelling each other out. Then their creators run in at one another. Zabuza runs in with his Kubi Karabocho and Kakashi runs with a kunai in hand, and their weapons collide and Kakashi press with all his might to keep Zabuza's blade from killing him. Could it be? Zabuza wonders, then runs to the left and Kakashi does the same movement, and when Zabuza stops so does Kakashi. Then Zabuza makes the hand sign for the hidden miss jutsu. He isn't just following, he moves the same way at the same time. Tazuna says. My movement sits as if he knows what I'm going to do next. Kakashi finishes Zabuza's thought out loud for him. What is he reading my mind as well? He looks at me with that eye. It makes you furious, doesn't it? All you're doing is copying me like a monkey. You can't beat me with cheap tricks, I'll crush you. Kakashi and Zabuza say simultaneously. When I finish you, I will make sure you never open that monkey mouth again. Zabuza growls and forms hand signs. Just then a shadow appears behind Kakashi, causing Zabuza to pause in mid-signs. What is that? The shadow starts to take form, and after a few seconds Zabuza looks and sees himself. It's me. But how? Is this his illusion jutsu? Water style, giant vortex jutsu. Kakashi says, then his Sharingan spins around. The gigantic blast of water fires at Zabuza. I was just about to create a vortex, but he created one first. He copies my jutsu before I can even do them. I can't keep up. Zabuza gets blasted by the water and is slammed into a tree. Then several kunai connect with Zabuza. You're finished. How? Can you see into the future? Zabuza asks. Yes, I can. This is your last battle ever. Just then two senbon connect with Zabuza's neck. Naruto and Team 7 look over to where the needles came from, and they see a person with an unable to identify as hers gender. Her Shinobi outfit consisted of the standard Kirigakure pinstriped outfit which stopped at her knees. Over this she wore a green haori with white trimmings, and around her waist a brown sash with a fringed trail wrapped around his waist twice. She also wore light brown platoon sandals with straps in the same color as her kimono, and nail polish on his fingernails and toenails in matching blue-green color. When wearing this outfit, her long hair was gathered in a white bun holder, while two locks of her hair fell loose, framing his face, bound with metal hair cuffs at the ends. She also wore a hunter nin mask, which was white with thin, curved eye holes and a red wavy design in place of the mouth, as well as the Kirigakure symbol etched in the top. You're right, it was his last battle. The hunter nin says. Kakashi leaps over to Zabuza's corpse and places his index and middle on Zabuza's neck. No vital signs. I thank you for your assistance in taking him down. I have been waiting for the opportunity to take him down. The hunter ninja bows. By your mask I can tell you're a hunter ninja from the Hidden Mist Village. Kakashi says. You're well informed. Just what is a hunter ninja? Tazuna asks. Hunter ninja are an elite group of ninja with very special skills. When a Rouge ninja runs away from their village, they carry all sorts of secrets with them. Hunter ninja are sent out to ensure those secrets stay secret by eliminating them. Naruto says, look at the hunter ninja with his Rinnegan. The chakra is definitely female but well hidden. Judging by her voice I would say that she is Haku, which means Zabuza isn't dead. Naruto's face turns blank as he continues to contemplate this turn of events. I will take this body and to ensure the secrets of the Hidden Mist Village stay secret. Haku leaps down and grabs Zabuza's body, then shines away. Well, I guess we won't have to see Zabuza again. Naruto says to his teammates. Yay, if we never meet again it will be too soon. Sasuke says. At any rate we need to head back to Tazuna's house. From there we will work on what to do. Kakashi says, and then he pulls down his headband to cover his Sharingan. Then Team 7 walk off thinking of the day's events. Just as Kakashi takes his third step he collapses on the ground. Damn, no matter how many times I use the Sharingan the backlash is always incredible. Kakashi-sensei. Hinata shouts and runs over to him, activating her Byakugan, while Naruto and Sasuke wait with bated breath to see if their sensei is okay. It's fine, he is just suffering from chakra exhaustion, but it's nothing I can handle. Alright Tazuna-san, where is your home? Sasuke asks. About 3 miles from here. Tazuna answers. Alright, we'll be there in about 3 minutes. Naruto says. 3 minutes, kid, try about an hour. Tazuna stares at the kid. No, I mean 3 minutes. Naruto brings his hands together in the cross seal. Shadow clone jutsu. Instantly 4 clones appear next to Naruto. Alright, you two. Grab Kakashi-sensei and you two grab Tazuna. It isn't safe to stay out in the open like this. Yes sir. The shadow clones respond and carry out their instructions. Haku is next to Zabuza's bed, pulling out her needles out of Zabuza's neck. Damn it Haku, did you have to throw those needles in my neck? Zabuza grumbles. Oh, you're awake, I thought you would be out for at least another day or two. Haku says, smiling at her master. I can get the needles out. Zabuza reaches up and pulls out a bunch of the senbon out of his neck. Careful Zabuza-sama, you shouldn't pull a bunch at a time or you could die of blood loss. Just then Gato walks in with his 2 samurai guards following him. You failed. Didn't you tell me that you would take care of it personally and the last thing that brat Tazuna would ever see was your sword? Gato yells at Zabuza, walking forward and reaching for Zabuza's mask when Haku grabs his hand. How dare you try to threaten Zabuza-sama? Haku glares at Gato. Kill her. Gato yells at his guards. Haku glares at the guards, unleashing killer intent. The guards faint under the strain. Try that again and I assure you that they won't get back up. Haku glares. Fine, you have one more chance to complete the job or the contract's over. Gato walks out. That wasn't necessary, I could have handled it. Zabuza says, lifting up his bedsheet to reveal a kunai. We can't kill Gato just yet, the murders would just draw their attention. Haku says. We have to show restraint for now. Fine, how long do you think I'll be out of commission? A week, but knowing you it will take half that time. Haku smiles. Kakashi's condition is stabilized. I have been giving him round-the-clock Juken treatment to jumpstart his own reserves. Hinata says, walking out of Kakashi's room, wiping her brow. You alright, Hinata-chan? Naruto looks at her with concern. Yay, I'll be okay, I'm just exhausted. Come here, Hinata-chan. Naruto holds his hand out, Hinata takes, and then Naruto starts channeling his chakra through it and into Hinata. Instantly Hinata's eyes perk up as she feels the chakra flowing through her. Thanks, Naruto-kun. Hinata smiles. You are welcome, Hinata-chan. Just then Tsunami walks in with a water cloth and a pitcher of water. Kakashi opens his eyes and groans. I think I overused my Sharingan. Kakashi thinks to himself. Oh, you're awake, how are you feeling? Tsunami asks Kakashi. I've been better. But it will be at least a week before I can move normally. Kakashi gets up and groans. Then you shouldn't move at all. So lie down and relax. Alright. Kakashi lies back down. Just then Team 7 and Tazuna walks in and notice Kakashi is awake. So you're up, Kakashi? Sasuke smiles. Your Sharingan is powerful, but if it puts that much strain on your body it's not worth it. Hinata says. Sorry. Kakashi says. Well, he did take down one of the most powerful ninja assassins, so we should be safe for a while. Tazuna says. Right, but that person with the mask. Just who was that? Naruto asks. That person is from the elite tracking unit from the Hidden Mist village. Those masks are only worn by the most elite shinobi. What exactly do they do? Hinata asks. The Onwa Black Ops, also known as the Inferno Squad, destroy all traces of a Rouge Ninja's corpse. The shinobi's body contains many secrets, ninjutsu, chakra, special medicines used on his body. These are the secrets of his village. If his enemies find them, his people would be in grave danger. For instance, if I were to die at the hands of an enemy shinobi, he would try and analyze my Sharingan. Worst case scenario, my entire jutsu arsenal could be used against our people. It is the sacred duty of the shinobi trackers to prevent this, to keep the village secrets safe. If a shinobi runs away from his village, the trackers hunt him down, kill him, and eliminate all traces of his existence. Kakashi finishes. Just then Kakashi flinches as more backlash from his overused Sharingan kicks in. Hey, you okay, sensei? Sasuke asks. Ha, yeah, to finish what I was saying, tracker ninja deal with the body right away to eliminate error. Is that really important? Hinata asks. Think about it, do you remember what the tracker did with Zabuza's body? We don't know what the tracker did. I mean, the tracker took it away somewhere. Exactly, but why? He should have worked on Zabuza as quickly as possible. Think about the weapons the tracker used for the takedown. Do you remember what they were? Senbone. Sasuke's eyes widen in shock. Yes, exactly, senbone aren't meant to kill unless they hit vital points, not the neck. But you said that Zabuza's heart had stopped. Hinata says. I did say that, but he was probably put into a death-like state. Hunter ninja are supposed to know every aspect of the human body. Stopping the heart without killing them would be child's play. What do you mean? We saw the Zabuza guy drop dead. Tazuna says. My point is, Zabuza's still alive. Tazuna's eyes go white with fear, as does Tsunami's. Hinata looks at Naruto to gauge his reaction, and in shock she sees that Naruto's eyes are gleaming at the prospect of fighting Zabuza again. Don't worry, Kakashi-sensei, next time we will kick Zabuza's ass. Bane. You'll see we won't have any problems. Naruto smiles. Well, I for one don't believe you for a second. A voice came from behind them, and Team 7 whips around to see a boy that has spiky black hair and dark colored eyes. He wears a green jumpsuit with a yellow shirt and a simple pair of sandals. He also wore a blue and white striped hat under the brim of which he was looking at them. Inari, where have you been? Welcome back, Grandpa. Inari runs over and hugs Tazuna. Inari, that is no way to talk to our guests, it's because of them that your grandpa's here at all. Tsunami scolds. It's okay, I disrespect them plenty. Tazuna laughs. Why do you guys bother to try so hard? No matter how hard you train, you're still no match for Gato's men. No matter what glorious claims you make or how hard you work, the weak will only end up getting killed. Yay, right. Naruto scoffs. You'll find I'm not that easy to kill. What do you think, this is all a game? You know nothing of what it is to suffer. You've grown up in your safe little village, you know nothing of pain. Naruto freezes up and clenches his fists. Immediately the temperature in the room plummets as Naruto's chakra reacts to Inari's words. I don't know suffering? Naruto's tone turns cold. Oh boy. Sasuke thinks, worried, remembering when he said those 4 forbidden words in Naruto's presence. He just opened Pandora's box. Hinata thinks in horror, oh boy, this won't end well. Kakashi starts sweating. I don't know pain? For 5 long years I lived on my own, trying to scrounge up enough food to eat a decent meal once every 2 days, and that was if I was lucky. I was beaten, bruised, poisoned, burned, crucified, stabbed and treated like the absolute lowest form of dirt. Naruto roars. Inari looks shocked that anyone could survive. Everything Naruto mentioned. I don't know about you, but this guy Gato stands no chance against a real hero. There is no such thing as heroes. Inari walks toward the door. Inari, where are you going? Tsunami asks. I'm going to look at the ocean. Inari says and closes the door behind him. What's with Moody? I think he gives Sasuke a run for his money. Naruto says. Sasuke glares at his teammate but recognizes he is trying to lighten the atmosphere. I'm sorry about him, but he was never the same after Keza died, Kazuna said. Who's that? Hinata asks. He was my husband. Tsunami says. What happened? Naruto asked, confused. Well, it all started 3 years ago when Keza arrived. He was a man who brought the word courage to our island. So what's Inari's relationship with Keza? Sasuke asks. Keza married Tsunami and became Inari's new father. One day the floodgates to our dam opened during a torrential rain, and Keza managed to swim against the current and close the floodgates, and Inari was so proud to be his son. Tazuna starts crying. But that all changed when Gato arrived. It took all of Gato's gang to take down Keza, but when they finally caught him they tortured him. Then executed him publicly, and that's when Inari shut himself off from the world, and now he never smiles. Just then Naruto gets up and starts walking towards the door. Naruto, where are you going? Kakashi asks. I'm going to go prove that heroes still exist. Naruto says and walks out. Sarutobi was sitting in his office finishing up his paperwork for the evening and was wishing that he could just name somebody his successor and return to the days of reading Jiraiya's books and relaxing in his clan compound and playing with his grandson. Just then a man with a Dragon Anbu mask walks in and bows. You summoned me, Lord Third? Drago asks. Yes, Drago, recent events have troubled me, some more than others, while the rest I surmise me as paranoid. Care to name some examples? When I was up and about with my grandson he spotted rainbows in the sky, and as you are aware of the superstition, rainbows that don't touch the ground and are a bit difficult to see, means great evil is coming. Drago nods since he is familiar with the superstition. Then out of the land of rice paddies comes a rather unusual ninja village, at least in the field of names. Hiruzen says. Which is? Drago asks. The Hidden Sound Village. So the name is suggesting that this village is concealed by sound waves, Drago says. Yes, but frankly I haven't heard of such a jutsu that could conceal a village, and due to a lack of information I don't know what to do about them. Well, Lord Third, if it is your wish, we the Anbu can investigate them. Drago says dutifully. Thank you, Drago, your offer is very appreciated, but that isn't why I called you here. Then what is it, may I ask? Drago says with a slight cock of the head. If my suspicions are accurate, it in some way pertains to your disappearance some time ago in one Enko Mitarashi, as in Enko Mitarashi. Drago, that's sir. So what are your marching orders, Lord Third? Drago asks. For now I'm pulling you off of the out-of-country mission roster. I'll be in need of some unbuating things on the home front, what with the impending arrival of the Chunin exams here in the Leaf Village. The Chunin exams, huh? Drago says. You alright, Drago? Hiruzen asks with a raised eyebrow. Yeah, just a wave of nostalgia, Lord Third. Anything else, Lord Third, while I am still here? No thank you, Drago, that will be all dismissed. Yes, sir. Drago says. He rushes away and reappears in his house and walks over to his bed, taking off his mask and lays down on his bed. Just then the statue of the Shinigami that he had in his house started glowing and appears in the room. You summon me, Lord Shinigami. Drago gets on one knee. Just then the other statues of Kami and Yami glow in a similar manner and Kami and Yami appear and walk next to their brother. Yes, I have mission in need of doing and it surrounds one Orochimaru. Now I recall what happened with your encounter with him and I understand that taking on this mission will reopen old wounds, and it would be better if left untouched, so if you feel reluctance to take this mission on but Kami. Yami, and I need to know exactly what's happening, so any information you have would be beneficial. CJ says. I don't even need to leave my home to know that the dead souls returning to the world of the living is the result of a reanimation jutsu. Have any of the souls of the living vitals descended to near death to the point of being proverbial sacrifices? Yes, from my limited knowledge those vital signs have grown faint, but then a dead soul's vitals have soared up but then faded. In that case I surmise that Orochimaru is tampering with one of the kinjutsu of the second Hokage, the impure world resurrection variant of the summoning jutsu. That agent of yours is quite intelligent. I can see why you chose him as your key set of eyes and ears on Earth. Kami smiles at her brother. Aw shucks, I'm just being logical. Drago says in a modest tone, and then his tone turns serious again. But all modesty aside, I have an idea that can counter the impure world resurrection. How so? Like my brother, I don't know much about impure world resurrection, but in order for a soul to return to the afterlife it must feel closure and be able to let go of any earthly attachments or regrets. Yami says. It'll take advantage of my slow aging, while implying a seal I made. Drago pulls out a seal from his flak jacket and shows CJ, who sees a sealing formula which, to what he can see, will sends a bioelectric energy current coupled to chakra collected into a fist. I managed to complete it, but there's a couple problems I haven't been able to solve. One, I haven't properly tested it and I can't seem to get the formula to work on any target, and I need it so that I'm the only one that can use it to protect against dojutsus like the Sharingan, Byakugan and especially the Rinnegan, and I'm hoping for a pinch of help with the name because the names I come up with are a mouthful. Well, I must say as a former SEAL master myself those are quite impressive and some of my best techniques are mouthfuls too, but I have always found pressure helps. CJ says. So investigate Orochimaru, and if Orochimaru is responsible and showing no respect for the dead as one would assume, do you want me to take him out? Drago says while making a throat-slashing gesture with his thumb. Unfortunately, acting directly would be both inadvisable and would end up causing more harm than good. Your orders are to find out what's going on, delay it as much as possible and most importantly get out alive. Very well then, and while I'm at it I guess I'll take a page from Kushina Uzumaki's book. What page might that be? Kami asks. Pranks plus demolition equals a whole mess of fun for me, Drago says as he employs an evil laugh as he leaves the room. This ought to be fun, he is just as much a sadist as I was back in my glory days. CJ laughs at his servant's antics. That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on my other social media accounts. Anime God here, and I'm signing off.